Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Schierling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. I think the acronym TGIF most definitely applies to this week. It's been a wild and crazy week, and our Farm Margin Index most definitely shows that. And as you look at this week's Farm Margin Index, you notice a big change where all of our numbers are in the black, meaning all commodities show positive potential today, where last week wheat was pretty much negative throughout both 2012 and 2013 profit potentials. But the big mover on the week was actually in the difference on irrigated corn versus beans. For the last 3 weeks, irrigated beans have led the pack as far as overall profit potential. But this week, with the bean market falling off a little bit and corn having a good week, we've seen corn take the lead as far as profit potential by about $13 an acre this week. So as you look at that week on week, you'll notice that we had a $59 jump in profitability on irrigated corn and $29 on dryland corn. But the big mover here was also wheat with a $45 an acre jump in overall profit potential. Now remember, these numbers are based off of new crop cash prices at Groveland, Kansas, with estimated expenses for producers. So this week I wanted to touch on a couple of different things, but I wanted to highlight the change in irrigated soybean profitability versus corn profitability. And as you can see, the blue line indicates corn profitability and the red line indicates soybean profitability. And as you can see here, for the last 3 weeks, corn was actually trading down below that, but today, right where that yellow arrow is pointing, over here, you can see where corn regained that lead. Now, on dryland crops, soybeans are still in the lead as far as the profit potential goes, but you can see that major jump in corn profitability, or surge, definitely shows up right where that yellow arrow is pointing. And then to kind of give that overall recap again, last week we talked about, what those opportunities were in irrigated corn. We'll take a peek at this graph again and make sure you have your plans going forward. We're going to continue to see volatile markets, so make sure that you get a hold of your grain marketing specialist to really help maximize that revenue potential for your operation. So the last thing we want to visit about today is a new program that is offered called our double crop soybean program. But the number one thing that it does, it provides producers throughout central Kansas peace of mind to know that they can plant a double crop soybean after this year's wheat harvest and know that at a minimum their overall expenses are going to be covered and they're going to be made whole. So here's what it looks like. So if you're in one of these counties, you have the ability to help manage your risk and give yourself peace of mind knowing that you can put those beans out and do it in the right fashion. So you purchase the right type of seed, you put the seed treatment on, you plant it, and you know you're going to be covered from an expense perspective. So we're going to focus on Harvey County. So if you're a producer in Harvey County, you have the ability to lock in $150 and 34 cents of revenue per acre. For that revenue, you're going to have an investment of $36.54, which guarantees you a net revenue of $113.80 an acre. Now, we can get into all the details later, and I feel free to contact one of our grain marketing or crop insurance specialists, but this informational highlight is to just talk about what a great opportunity producers have to lock in revenue on their farm and manage their risk potential going through these volatile weather periods and times that we are in right now. So what's causing the market to move? Well, we just talked about weather. Once again, weather. Whether it be in the old Soviet bloc states or in Australia or here in central Kansas, weather continues to be the play. And then export business, with Iraq actually purchasing wheat from the U.S., it's caused us quite a surge here in our wheat prices. So for more additional information, feel free to contact your grain marketing or crop insurance specialist. Thank you and have a great weekend.